be a great one. Race number 3 for SX2, the Swedish GP. Max with the best start he's had all night, and look at Lopes come firing up the inside to take it away from him. And Schock is right there as well to try to get another spot put down. Yes, he does. And Max, who looked like he was going to have a phenomenal start to this one, Daniel, ends up in 4th, maybe 5th.
That's what makes Supercross so much fun. That was his best start. Off the pad, his ship, he cuts over, he brakes hard, and he gets pushed back to 4th. Shout out Enzo Lopes, though. He shot up that inside. That was an aggressive move. You gotta do that to Max Anstey if you want a shot, and 3 riders have one now.
This could be the best thing for Cody Schock. Max gets denied the win. Cody's in front of him. It could be the perfect point scenario for Cody to carry this on to South Africa if he can stay in the top 3.
We're going to have a fun one here because Max Anstey not only is chasing that championship, but he is perfect this season. He's going to have to go through the defending champ. He's going to have to go through Cody Schock, who was right there with him in Vancouver. And if he gets through them, he's going to have to go through Lopes, who's won the last 2 Super Poles. This will be Max Anstey's most challenging race of this entire season.
No doubt about it. Lopes and Schock out front. The Arby's Rick Ware Racing Team running 1 and 2 here at the Swedish GP. And Rick Ware back home in Mooresville, North Carolina, watching and cheering on his riders here tonight.
And he's loving this with the 2 boys out front. And Lopes is on one early, trying to get away so that if the battle comes from Anstey, it's going to have to be from some super fast laps from Anstey to even get to him.
Oh, is that Cody? Yes, Cody Schock goes over the bars, and that could change everything in this championship in one terrible moment for Cody Schock. He's up and going again, but he's got a long way to go to claw himself back into this title fight.
Anstey winning with Schock 8th or worse, and the championship ends tonight. Anstey still has to get up there and win the race. Look how far Lopes is gone.
Lopes is gone.
And Schock has time to make moves, so we'll monitor this because there's 2 things happening at once, but this man wants, he don't care about the championship, the perfect season. He wants one for himself, and he's doing the right thing here early in this moto.
Well, what Max has to be careful of is not worrying too much about being perfect, but just being smart, getting to the finish on this one, getting as max points that he can out of this, and maybe clinching the title when he gets to South Africa.
Great point. Now let's see Cody Schock here. Okay, he comes up short, leg off.
Oh, yeah.
That last buck
man,
right
look
there.
At
that is a flying W. Hey, and he's lucky. The ground is soft, and he did land at his feet. Oh, Colin Park, that would have been one of the tougher riders to get.
Oh, and he gets on course right in front of Cody and doesn't help out at all for Cody Schock's quest to get to the front here tonight.
That's a tough go, but Cody Schock is one of the toughest riders in this sport. He pops right up, back to the bike, back to fighting, while Enzo Lopes just pulls away. And, okay, so your point, Ralph, Max Anstey's gonna have to make a decision right now. Do I just be smart and put the championship as the priority, or do I chase the perfect season? Because if he does, he's gonna have to send it a little bit right here. He may not wanna do that in these track conditions, so this might be a mental test for Max Anstey more than a physical one.
Yeah, he told me in Australia when we talked about that very thing, he said, no, he said, you know what? I'm gonna be smart about this. The World Championship is what means the most to me. I gotta focus on the overall war, not all the battles. And right now, that appears to be what he's doing. As you look at the live championship standings, Anstey significantly out in front of Schock, McElrath, and Lopes.
I'll tell you who's gonna be happy is the Brazilian fans. Enzo Lopes, he's got a fan base, they're passionate, and they're gonna love this as he continues to pull away. It's not like he's holding the lead. He's still chipping away. 3/10 better, he's up to 4.7. It's a great race. Cody Schock continuing to make moves. He's mathematically still keeping this thing alive.
That's the halfway point here in race 3. That's Cody on the bottom. The championship is still open, but Max has one hand firmly grasping the trophy right now.
Great bounce back from Enzo Lopes, too. He was your Super Pole winner And he didn't take the credit for Australia's because Max Anstey made a big mistake. He took the credit tonight because he was purely the fastest in qualifying. And then he goes down in sprint race number 1, but bounces back in the race that matters the most, executes an aggressive move in the first corner. He's being rewarded with clear track. And, I mean, the win streak, 11-0, is at jeopardy right now. Enzo Lopes has done his job.
Enzo Lopes putting in a great ride here from the start as the laps wind down here in race number 3, the Swedish GP. And Max is hanging in there, closing on Shane, but not by a ton. 2.7 the gap between first and second. Now we're being told if Max Anstey can get to second with Cody all the way back in 10th, that would be enough for him to wrap up the championship here tonight. But problem is, how does anybody communicate that to him?
Well, they're going to try, but he's lost the tail of Shane McElrath. Now, I feel like he's just settled in and saying, you know what, it's been a great night. I've got my points so far. I got this championship where I want it. But the tough part is he's not going to clinch if he doesn't make that pass, and he's also going to give up the perfect season. So it ends up being a race that maybe he looks back and says, a little more aggression, one more pass, and I can end this thing right now. But as it sits, we're taking the title fight to South Africa. Cody Schock has gotten up and survived the race, kept the championship alive, and a great ride for Max. So this has been very solid, very smart, which is essentially what you need to be a champion. So not his best individual race, but some of the best decisions he's made right now.
Yeah, he didn't panic. He quickly came to the decision to not push overly hard. The gap has grown by 0.2 between him and McElrath. Here's Lopes.
Ralph, this is an individual sport when the gate drops. But when the gate doesn't drop, or before the gate drops, sorry, it's a team sport. And the Rick Ware Racing team was dealt some adversity this week. They had a bag get lost in luggage, or get lost on the way from Australia. They had to find it, put some pieces together, make these bikes work. So shout out to Rick Ware Racing on their ability to make things happen for this team very last minute. They're being rewarded right now.
Yeah, and when you say a bag got lost, we're not talking about underwear and socks. We're talking about pieces and parts.
We're talking engine parts and suspension parts. And for Cody Schock to get up and survive that crash, reward his team with some grit and some effort, Enzo Lopes to execute like he has, Rick Ware Racing team has done their job tonight.
I'll tell you who's still charging, and that's Cody Schock here in the 69. He is going after Cullen Park. This is a fight for 8th right now with 2 laps to go here at the Swedish GP. Cody trying to get to the inside here.
They've been battling for a while. I mean, when Cody got up, this is one of the first riders he came up on. Remember, Cullen Park had his issue, so this has been a long dogfight of a race for both of these riders.
Meanwhile, Cody's teammate, Enzo Lopes, picking away at it here, coming up to 1 lap to go.
Line choice is everything. I see him on those far edges. Look, he's way on the left. See the tractor mark still there? That's a better part of the track, and he's got enough room in front of him to move over and find it.
Look how far back Max Anstey is to Shane McElrath. He saw Shane go over the finish line jump and out of frame, and Max just picking his way along.
Yeah, business decision for Max Anstey. The title is what's most important. The perfect season would have been nice, but guess what? It gives him something to chase next year. Try again. But that title, that's where the glory comes. That's where all the work comes into play. And he's mentioned all year how important it is for him to get that championship. So, good decision.
Final lap underway here at the Swedish GP in our sx2 category. 250cc machines. McElrath trying to catch Lopes, see if he can steal the win out from underneath the Brazilian. He's pushing hard. Here comes Shane. Goes inside. Just can't get it done. Checkered flag, and Enzo Lopes, the Brazilian, lights the candles here at the Swedish GP with the win for Rick Ware Racing.